In this video, I'm going to be talking about what you can expect when moving to East Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we're getting after it right now. Hey, what's up everybody? It's your good buddy Jimmy Kegle right here in the Grand Rapids Metro. I do so many videos about what it's like to eat, sleep, live, play, have fun right here in Grand Rapids Metro. If you've not yet subscribed, start now by hitting that button and tap that little bell so you're notified each and every time I drop a new video. And honestly, I'm helping so many people from all over the country relocate, buy, sell here in the Grand Rapids Metro. And I absolutely love it. So if you're thinking of moving here, relocating to the Grand Rapids Metro area, you have to give me a call, shoot me a text, you see the number right there, send the email, even set up a smoke signal. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when you're moving to Grand Rapids Metro. And this, so we're gonna talk about everything about East Grand Rapids and about what you can expect when you move here. As I mentioned in another video, if you buy a house in East Grand Rapids for about $300,000, you're gonna pay roughly $5,000 a year in taxes. So the taxes are high. So that's one thing you should be ready for. Also, the homes are they're very prized. So it's a hot market. People really want to get in the school systems because it's one of the best school systems in the country. Definitely in the state of Michigan. It's always in the top 1, 2, or 3. And same for sports, which I talk about a lot in another video. But here I want to concentrate on just what you can expect. So you can expect most offers you put on a house will be multiple offers. So we want to be pre-approved. I have a whole process that I talk about in another video, but so you want to be pre-approved, ready to go. Hopefully it's just conventional. And you can put an offer in right away because homes are going fast. And anything over that, like $700,000 range in East Grand Rapids, yeah, that's a little less competitive, but those are still going less than 30 days, which is pretty amazing. So that's something you should be ready for. Also, when you move here, it's a great neighborhood. And what's one of the coolest things about East Grand Rapids is it's kind of blocked off by the rest of Grand Rapids. So you're in the heart of Grand Rapids, right by all the downtown metro, within 5 minutes of downtown metro, all the other major cities around East Grand Rapids. But it's kind of its own little, well-kept secret. And that's one of the things that's really cool about it. Some people say you're growing up in a bubble for the kids, but I don't know, it's a pretty darn good bubble to be in. So, there you go. And a couple other things about East Grand Rapids. Sports are really competitive, so you should know that. But there's so many of them that hopefully there's something that your kid can find that is agreeable to them and they enjoy it, which is the number one thing. So some other things you can expect about East Grand Rapids is the city, which is kind of cool, takes care, like if you have leaves, every fall in Michigan, all the leaves fall off and then they grow back in the spring. So every fall you just take your leaves and you rake them into the road, and then during those fall months, every week or so, they do once or twice, they come and they sweep all the streets and they get all the leaves out. So that's one perk you get. Now, when I moved here, I thought for how much taxes we're paying, I think they should snowplow and mow your driveway. They should snowplow your driveway and mow your yard. That doesn't happen, but at least you do get any yard debris from mowing or from the leaves. You can put in the street and the city takes care of that for you, which is pretty cool. So some other things about East Grand Rapids, just a great community. I mean, as far as safety, I've lived in several areas. I've never felt as safe or have my kids felt as safe as in East Grand Rapids. There are several police officers per capita, and it's just a very low crime area and very safe, which is always, that's always a perk. It just is what it is. It's a very active community. Just being there, you see people constantly riding bikes, in the water, paddle boarding, getting exercise on rowboats and all the other kind of things. People running around the lake, as I talked about before. There's a big trail here and people are constantly running it, walking it, hiking. There's some off-roading you can do. Just a lot of outdoor activities people like to do. And then you can walk around downtown and eat and have fun in that way too. Another thing that's pretty neat about East Grand Rapids, where a lot of the people that had kids go through the schools and lived here, when they get old enough, their kids are gone. There's a few condo developments that you can move into, and there's some apartments that are to east. So a lot of the people, once they don't want to have a bigger house and to pay all those taxes, they'll either rent or buy a smaller condo, stay here in the summers because the summers are so nice. And then in the wintertime, then they'll go either to the Carolinas or Florida. So you get a lot of that too, which is kind of unique. And it's just nice to be able to still experience East Grand Rapids and see the people that you know, but spend your golden years in warmer weather during the winters. So that's pretty nice as well. Getting back to talking about when we put offers in, because it is so competitive, that's where getting pre-approved. If you don't have a lender, I work with a great lender here and can put you in contact with them, and they do a great job. All the other realtors know who they are. They know they do a great job, because that's very important. Because if you're putting in multiple offer situations and they see that you're working with a mortgage lender that's going to make it easier on the selling agent, that puts you up just one more tier higher on if you're going to get the opportunity to own the house or not. So all those things come into factor. Who you work with, me, which is obviously perfect and key factor, but I'll take care of you and I'll do a great job. But you also want to have the right team. So the right mortgage lender, the inspections, and everything to get the house done, insurance, everything we can to get it done in a timely manner really helps the process go along. Yeah, so on this map right here, you can see the distance between Grand Rapids and East Grand Rapids is only 9 minutes. It's not very far away. And also you can see where we're pointing right here, that's East Grand Rapids, and then that's where Grand Rapids is. So again, just gives you a good relationship. And then some of the other cities around here, like Kentwood, Caledonia, Lowell, all these other cities are right around here as well, and they're all pretty close. So it's kind of centrally located, and that's another positive about living in East Grand Rapids. How far away it is to get to the highways, as you can see, you go from East Grand Rapids and you take the Bell line, and 96 is right there. So from any house in East Grand Rapids, you're only about 6 minutes away from getting on a major highway that can lead you to any other highway that will take you where you need to go. So, and there's 96, which is a huge one, and then which runs more east and west, and 131 goes north or south. So one of those two main arteries will get you where you need to go, and there's obviously tons of offshoots and smaller highways and streets and whatnot. Due to the fact that East Grand Rapids, again, is so centrally located, you're only about, again, 10 minutes tops away from a major mall that has all the typical shops in a mall. But right on site in East Grand Rapids, you've got shopping right downtown in the Gaslight Village, which the Gaslight, as I mentioned earlier in another video, in the Gaslight Village, which they call it that because all the lights are lit up by gas, which is pretty cool. There's some shopping there, restaurants, and different clothing shops. And then there's Breton Village, which was just completely redone and updated. There's all new stores in there. And as you can see, it's a really cool layout. We can walk through some of these stores in here, and you can see they've got all kinds of different shops. I mean, there's Boyne Country Sports, JB&Me, different Anthropology, Lululemon, which women love that place around here at least. Free People, and then there's D&W, which is a grocery store right in the east. There's two of them, and they're a great grocery store, like really good quality meats, and you pay a touch more than Meijer, but it's way easier to get in and around there, and I feel like they have much better quality meats, but that's my opinion. Another thing you can expect when moving to East Grand Rapids is just where they, how centered the town is around kids. There's so many kids always out active, running, walking, having fun playing, and they definitely have the right of way. So if you see kids getting right across the street, there's tons of crosswalks, and people always stop really far behind where they need to and let the kids go by, obviously because safety for kids is what's more important than that. So thanks for staying to the end. And like I said before, I'm here to help you out any way I can. give me questions. I'll answer them as best I can. Reach out to me, call me, email me, text me. Like I said, if you send up that smoke signal, however you want to get a hold of me, I got your back when you're moving to Grand Rapids Metro, and I love helping people.